And that whilst your purpose
that you've signed up to
your
and we share together is to be your best in all you do.
And greatness can only be measured by the difference between before you showed up and after you showed up. If I look at the number of people whose lives have been transformed by your voice, that's how we measure your greatness. You are a word, and you were sent forth by the word. You are a word, and you were sent forth by the word. You are a word, and you were sent forth by the word. So let us quickly understand how that works. We are told that the Son, who is also the Word, is the radiance of his glory and the exact representation of his being, sustaining all things by his powerful word. Sustaining all things by his powerful word. We are told in the English Standard Version, this is Hebrews 1 and 3, he, the Word, is the radiance of the glory of God the Father and the exact imprint of his nature. And he, the Word, upholds the universe by the word, this time small letter w, of his power. Now, I need you to understand, he upholds all things by the small letter w. He is not a small letter w. So who is the small letter w? You. You are the one who has been given the mandate to uphold the things of the earth. It is you that is supposed to determine what colors are going to be in fashion and in trending in summer. I mean, has anybody ever wondered who determines what is funky every season? Who determines it? When do they meet? Who determines industry standards? Has anybody ever wondered? Who sets the laws of football? How many are they? How many are they? When do they meet? Where do they meet? Who determines exchange rates? Where do they meet? When? Who determines the price of gold? Oh boy. Oh boy. Those who are living, let me be clear, you don't need to be born again. He says kings are the ones who reveal. It is to the glory of kings. So now I want to just touch on Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 11. Just so you understand who that word, I told you was small letter W. The one that was written in the other one was capital letter. In the beginning was the word, capital W. Okay. So now this is small w. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 11. So is my small letter W word that goes forth from my mouth. It is the word that spoke. He spoke little w. It, little w, word, shall not return to me void, but will accomplish what I desire and accomplish the purpose for which I sent it. So every small letter W word, which is you and I, was sent for a purpose according to his desire, big letter W. So the desire and the purpose of your sending preceded your sending. You get that? And he's saying you are not allowed to come back to me until you've done what I sent you to do. So, technically speaking, the purpose of your life is the life insurance that you have. Permit me to use another quick translation. It says, so it is with my word, small letter W. That's me, that's you. I send it out, and it always produces fruit. So, who did he tell to be fruitful? Sorry, anybody remember? Man was the one told to be fruitful. So when he said, I sent it, he was talking about man. He didn't call man him or her, because when he sent man, they were both male and female in one personality, it. So hear this. It, man, word, will accomplish all I want it to, and it will prosper. Where? Everywhere I send it. Meaning, if it goes anywhere else apart from where I send it, it will not prosper. So your prosperity is automatic on your assignment. You don't even have a choice about prospering. You don't have what it takes not to prosper, as long as you are doing what you were created to do. You don't have what it takes to not prosper. Let me put it this way. Success is not an aspiration for a person of purpose. Success is your DNA. It's natural, it's nature to you. How dare you lack? How dare you? English Standard Version. So shall my small letter W, that's mini God, mini him, small letter God, yeah? But ye are gods, sons of the Most High. You remember that from Psalms? But ye are gods, small g. So it is with my word, small w, that's me and you. It says, so shall my word be that goes out of my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose. But hear this, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it. Drop mic. So let's be clear. Success is inbuilt as long as you are in purpose. Prosperity is inbuilt as long as you're in purpose. Accomplishment is inbuilt as long as you're in purpose. You don't have, it wasn't you that sent yourself. It wasn't you that created the rules. The rules of the game say, as long as you are doing what you were created and sent to do, these things are natural and automatic. But what the rules did not say but implies is that as long as you are doing something else from what you were created to do, you will not succeed, you will not prosper, and you will not accomplish the purpose for which you were sent. So let us therefore understand that you are, small w, a word. And you are on assignment, you are sent. So say it, I am a word. I was sent on assignment. I didn't send myself. I was sent with a message. And I was sent for a purpose. In brackets, put there, reason. Now we're told that you cannot be voided. The word void means to annul, to undo, to rewrite, reproduce, is to completely overturn what was. Therefore, let us be clear, your purpose cannot be rewritten. It cannot be replaced. It cannot be destroyed. It can only be discovered, and you can only align with it. It cannot align with you. Your purpose cannot align with you. You are too small to be your own purpose. You were sent on purpose, and your purpose was tied to his desire. And you cannot change his desire. You cannot change his purpose. You can only align with it. And he says, as long as you align, the following things will happen. You will accomplish, you will prosper, and you will succeed. But you must discover the message that you were sent to deliver. Why? Because you are a word. And you were sent on a mission. And your mission was to sustain something in the earth, in the universe. You were sent to control, to move, to change, to shift, to order. You were sent. You were sent to lead, to reign, to rule, to determine outcomes. But if you did it, if you came as the word, you can only deliver as the power of his word. So when you come into alignment, the power of his word flows through you, and the rest of the earth experiences, as it was in Genesis 1, it experiences light out of darkness. It experiences, so if people were supposedly, for instance, in a cage because they had been, for instance, raped or, abused as a child, and for years, 20, 30, 40 years, they have been in a cage. When you, if that is your calling, when you come forth and you speak, their light will come out of the darkness of their silence. Do you understand it now? But you can only, your word will not be effective except it was sent to the people that it was meant to affect. Your word will not be effective except it was, you get to the people it was sent to affect. You were not sent to hear your word. The universe, the people was sent. You are not the object of your message. The power of your word is connected to your ability to listen. Since they are not your words, it's his word that you will carry. Therefore, the greatest task for an effective speaker is to be an effective listener to the master speaker. And the master speaker is not trying to, he doesn't care about religion. His spirit, those who relate with him must relate with him in spirit and in truth, meaning you cannot go and you cannot take what he said and change it. He can't work with you if you're telling lies. If you go and use the example that he did not do and you say he did it, he will disappear from the space. So all those people that try to get extremely creative, a friend of mine, he, do you understand? He walks in spirit, not spiritual, spirit and truth. When you get to anywhere, you're sent to teenage kids, when you speak, they will look at you like this. Change. You're sent to businesses. When you get there, the business that has been making losses for 12 years will receive you, and then they will make 1 billion naira profit in 9 months. Profit before tax. I'm telling you by experience. You get to a business that has been, you get to the person who's been trying to who said, listen, 15 years is about to retire, it's got 3.5 months to go. Tell somebody, my only regret is that I never made this bank a billion naira bank. And they said, please, can you call Fela Durotoye? And as I'm going, I'm asking, what do you want me to tell them? And he gives me a word. Because they told me I'm coming to speak to somebody who already believes it's impossible for him it's a done deal. He never made it. He was expressing a regret. That was all. He was only expressing a regret to somebody. And the person said, let me invite one guy to meet with you. And next thing, boom. If as one people speaking with one voice, they have begun to do this, nothing shall be impossible to them. I can't say that to the MD of a bank. So I have to change it into management lingua. Because listen, the word of God is spirit, but it can only be heard by the universe in the language of the universe. You have to translate it into the language of the era. If you speak what God said to you, to the people, most of them will not get it. You have to say it in the language that they will get it, right? By the time we were done with that meeting, something that never happened in the banking sector happened. For the first time, a bank collapsed every target and had only one target. What every bank does is to apportion targets to each marketer and each person and each department. But because one person came by the power of the word, he said, you can't do that. If you do that, it will be impossible unto you. For it not to be impossible, you have to be one people. I don't want to hear marketing. I don't want to hear branches. I don't want to hear, we're going to have teams. We're not going to call them branches anymore. They said, no, so you're going to be teams. We're one team. And this is the portion of it. And then everybody must have, and we have only one goal. Everybody has only one goal, 1 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, 3.5 months later, the bank closed the year at 1.126 billion naira profit before tax. Not one extra branch, not one extra person was assigned, nothing. The same people that did 300 million 8.5 months into the bank, into the operations, closed the year 3.5 months later with 826 million. Because the word went. So let me be clear. The word is not meant for spiritual. The word is spiritual, meant for physical manifestation. The same way current is not meant for current. Current is meant for air conditioner to blow cool. Current is meant for bulbs to shine light. Current is meant for electric cookers to cook things. Current is meant for microwave. Current is meant to do what it was created to do. When you carry the power, it is for an assignment. But every assignment must show forth the glory of God. So I'm not asking you to be spiritual for spiritual sake. I'm asking you to take from the Spirit so that you can manifest on earth. The universe is waiting. It knows you're here, but it hasn't seen manifestation.